Hey guys, is there anybody here yet? Hey guys, anyone here? Okay. I don't know why I can't. Hold on. Oh, okay, hold on. Okay. Loaded on my computer, but it's not gonna work. So I think I'm gonna have to do this from my phone. So just give me 1 second. All right, hold on.
I'd say I'd like at least 250.
This is really.
Fair price. That's a real fair price.
Y'all use that. Get ready.
No finance. All right.
Okay. Can you guys see me and hear me okay? Kristen, am I spotlighted or can you see everybody?
I have like a ring around you. So let's see.
Okay, there's a ring around me.
Yeah. Okay. Now I spotlight you. It depends on how you look at it too, like how I look at it.
So you can see everybody else then, right?
I can see everybody in you, yeah.
Okay, hold on.
But if you do it, there's two different ways we can watch you. We can watch you where it says guest speaker view, so it makes you bigger and everybody else is small. Or if we make it where we see everybody, it just puts like a green ring around you when you talk.
Okay. On my phone, I don't have any settings as I do on my computer, but it's still trying to do this thing. So it might come on in a second. All right, fine. Just put it on speaker view. All right. We're going to give it just another minute. I told everybody started messaging me, so they should be on here in a second. How's everybody's night going? Good? Are y'all excited about the sale tomorrow? Got a lot of good stuff to share with you. A lot. We're going to start with that. Hold on a second.
It's going to be 10 years if we allowed you to carry on with your obsession, parent section. So are you ready? Let's do it. Right, do you want to cross the hair for us? Length that you think is good.
All right.
Oh, that's long. We love hair. Oh, we said
Hey, fun. I'll be interested. All right. We can go ahead. All right. So tonight we are going to go over something that are really going to change your business. I believe. I'm going to mute everyone. Hold on. Okay, everybody should be muted. If anyone wants to say anything, just chat on the side and hopefully I will see it. So I have been in this program to be able to help me with recruiting and leading and everything. And it was a program that really opened my eyes. And I thought, what a better time right now than to share everything I learned. And I really think you're going to leave this call tonight and you're going to be like, oh, I cannot wait to go live. Oh, I cannot wait to start talking to people. Because this really breaks it down to what you should be doing. First of all, before I begin, you guys know about the sale tomorrow, right? Because the sale is going to be huge for you right now. So make sure that you have a link open. You have to make sure that you have a website. You can't do this without your website. Anyone who bought from you last time, message them, let them know there's another sale. It's going to be different stuff. It's supposed to be different stuff. Don't quote me. And then also, you know, message people, see if they want their own link. You got to remember, though, that it's going to be really early and it's going to run all day. So the good stuff is going to be really early in the morning. So you might want to set your alarm clock if you want to get something that's not going to sell out as fast. All right. So that said, we are going to talk about how you can add more teammates and get more sales this month before the end of the month. And like I said, if you have any questions, just let me know. But there's something called an exposure process. And basically that is kind of another name for going live. Cool. For going live and also being able to have conversations. A lot of times when there is a problem, a frustrated place that you have found yourself in, it can usually be solved by activity. So if you're sitting here and you're like, gosh, I wish I could lose 20 pounds, the only thing that's going to fix that is if you go to the gym or if you start eating right? If you start thinking, gosh, I wish that I had more people join my team, well, you need to look at the activity of, are you talking to more people? How many conversations are you having? Oh, I wish I could book parties. Are you asking for those parties? There's all kinds of different things that frustrate people. But when you go down to it, the very, very answer is activity. And I've told you guys this before. You say you're committed, but when you look at your actions that go up to that commitment, you have to really say, am I doing these actions? Every time I find myself in a place that's very stagnant, I have to look at what I've done and have I been doing those income producing activities? Have I been doing the actions to get the results that I want? 9 times out of 10, I quit talking to people. I quit sharing. I stopped going live. Whatever it was, I can look where I was successful and what was I doing during that time whenever I had this major growth that I'm not doing now. And every time it goes down to some kind of action, okay? So we're going to talk about first what you should be doing. Because a lot of you guys, this is the fall. This is a time where you should really honestly be walking out your door prepared with your samples, your opportunity packets, ready to go more than ever. Yes, you need to do that all throughout the year, but right now especially, people are looking for gifts. They're looking for things to join. They're looking for, parties to have at their house. They really are. This time of year is the fall, and there's no excuse for anyone not to have any orders this month. If you have 200 or less, I am believing you're doing it for a hobby. But if you're really working this business, you should be up to $500, $2,000 in sales in October and November, or even more. This flash sale will definitely help you. But if you're asking people and you're sharing the sense and you're getting out there, your PRV should be skyrocketing. The more people you talk to, the more people you're going to have a chance to be able to share this opportunity with as well. Okay? So let's talk about the exposure process. It's whenever you share something that educates someone. I have a lot of notes, so you'll have to forgive me from reading, but I have a lot to share with you. So an exposure is when you're sharing something with a prospect that educates them on your products or an opportunity. A long time ago, I used to do these webinars, like right when we first started at the beginning, and they were all teaching webinars, and they were processes and things and systems that you guys could use. But I didn't want to be always teaching you guys. I wanted you to be lifted up and inspired and motivated, and I want you guys to be able to do that as well. So I didn't always want to be the one doing this, but it seems like the further I got away from it, people forgot what the ABCs of selling were. And it's just not those little, posts that you can put on Facebook. It's actual actions that you have to do. So I was like, you know what? I know it's the fall, but people need this right now. So that's what I'm going to do. And I feel like by teaching you, knowledge is power. Knowledge is power. If you know our products, then you're going to feel confident in sharing them. If you know the compensation plan, you're going to be confident in meeting those people for a coffee date or a sip and sniff or whatever it is. If you feel confident in knowing the combine and save, you're going to upsell. Knowledge is power. So remember that whenever we're talking about this. The most important thing whenever you are introducing something to a new prospect, whether you're getting them to book a party with you, whether you're getting them to join you, is being able to find out if it's for them or not. This is not about you. This business is never about you. It is always about the people that are going to come in your path that you will be able to bless on the way. So your whole thing of going live, if you can think about this, so many people are so scared to go live. But what you're doing is you're educating people. A lot of people don't know that you can use a cotton ball to be able to get the wax out of the warmer. A lot of people don't know that, the wax only lasts this long and that it won't evaporate. A lot of people don't know that you could use the whiffs and put them on your carpet and vacuum it up. A lot of people don't know these things. And people think, well, I've got to know all this stuff in order to go live. They don't want to see someone who's perfect. They want to see real. They want to see vulnerable. They want to hear stories. They want to get knowledge. And that is why you go live. And when you go live on things that you know, then people start to get this trust, and they'll start buying from you. One thing that is very important, so many people say, well, you know what? I went live and no one commented. I'm not doing it again. I went live 3 times last week. No one commented. No one liked it. I'm not doing it again. Guess what? It takes 5 to 10 exposures to get someone to really listen to what you're saying. You've got to do something consistently. That would be like me saying, you know what? I went to the gym today and I didn't lose 5 pounds, so I'm not going again. Or you know what I'm saying? Or I ate really good today, but I don't see anything for tomorrow. You can't just do it once or twice or 3 times. This business, you have to stay consistent. They have to see you. They have to hear you 5 to 10 times. And it is statistically proven that sometimes you have to talk to people 8 to 10 times to get them to join or host or book. I mean, I've got people that are joining this month that I've been asking for 7 years to join that are finally joining. And they're like, wow, I wish I would have done this sooner. But it wasn't their season. It wasn't their time. It's not something I beat up, them about. And we're going to talk about that. When they say no, what happens? But anyway, the exposure process is designed, like I said, to educate and also to sort prospects that are not interested, or it's the wrong timing. That's very, very important. So it doesn't mean that they're a no, not forever. It just means it's time to sort them. And the key is to listen to people and be able to tell who is interested and who's not interested. When they like your post and they comment on your post, there's an interest. That means you can take them to the next thing. But whenever they ignore it and you can see that they viewed it, they might not be ready for that yet. Have you ever seen someone go live? Or what about if you post on Facebook, hey guys, I'm looking for a good shampoo for my hair. Monet and all these people are going to attack you. Hey, try my product, try my product, try my product. That is not how you do this. You do not build relationships that way. That is someone who's looking for the sales and it's all about them. You need to be able to find solutions, not be able to just, hit people like that. So during the exposure process, you need to listen to what people say and pay attention to what they do. For example, if they're liking and commenting, there's interest there. You're not going to jump in for the kill right then. You're going to thank them for listening, or you're going to thank them for liking it, or you're going to thank them for commenting, and you're going to start building a relationship right there. Their willingness to take the next step is them demonstrating genuine interest and excitement. And it's not enough if they are semi-interested or okay. You need 100% excitement. You are not here. Listen to me. This is very important. You are not here to sell and to convince people to join under you and to buy from you. You are here to educate people, give them a solution, and show them a process and build relationships. You're not here to force Scentsy down their throat. And when people feel like Scentsy is being forced down their throat, they're going to run as fast as they can away from you. And it's going to give them a really bad taste of what Scentsy is about. That is whenever I see posts of, this is, please do this for me, please do this for me, please do this for me. Whenever there's no, well, what are you going to do for them? Do you see what I'm saying? You following me? All right. Let's see if there's, Kristen, you can let me know if there's any questions or anything, because I don't see any of this stuff just yet. I don't want to move too quickly but you guys can follow me. Okay. I think we're good. All right. So, I don't know if you guys have ever heard of a sales funnel before, but this is what I want you to think about. When you think about a funnel, it starts out wide at the top and it narrows at the bottom. It's where you put a bunch of people in at the very, very top, and it gets narrow and narrow and narrower until it goes out. Okay. This is a step in eliminating people. So when people like and comment on your post, you got to realize that not every single person that liked and commented on your post is going to join your team, going to book from you, or going to buy from you. This is now a process where you get to sort. And when you funnel new prospects, then you keep having more and more people to add to the top, then you're not going to run out of people to be able to share with. Okay. So for example, I need a better light in here. And every step that I'm going to tell you about, you're going to use to be able to build relationships, and also opportunities to be able to get referrals, be able to get more people to book with you and to be able to join you. Okay, so let's say that someone likes and comments on your post. What is something, you guys type this in the, we're going to use this as a teaching tool for a second. What is something that you do next? Someone's liked and they have commented on your post. So does anyone want to tell me something that they do? Because there's different steps that you're going to use to be able to close someone or to be able to build relationships. If you think of it like a staircase, the first step is going live. The first step is getting your name out there. Yes, you're going to message them and you're going to thank them for liking and commenting. You're going to send them a private message and let them know it means a lot to them. That's very, very important. We're going to get to that in a second. So that is good because that is something that you're going to do in order to get to next step 2. Step 2 is going to be, in this business, there's all kinds of different businesses, but step 2 is going to be when you use a tool, some kind of tool. And a tool would be getting them samples or inviting them onto our team page. But the way that you do that is you're going to thank them, you're going to ask them, have you ever used Scentsy before? Yes or no, right? If it's someone that's like some of your joining opportunity lives or your post, you say, have you ever considered doing what I'm doing? Yes or no, basically is what we're looking for. Yes, then we know we can do a coffee date and we can do a sip and sniff, but let's use some tools first, which would be adding them to the team page or getting them samples, making them a trial consultant. If they say no, then you got to realize you've got to honor that. And you're going to be able to find out. And we're going to go into the next step on that one in a second. Okay. So if you think about the escalation of going live and exposures the same way, it's going to be, like I said, step of events. And each one is going to build on the last one. And there's no right way to do this. Every single person is different. At the very end of this, I will give you some scripts or some things that have worked for me and have worked for other people, but you are your own person. You have to be you. But I feel like this is heart talk. This is how I talk to different people because this is genuinely what I would say. So if it's not something you would say, then you want to change it up for you. But you want to be able to focus when you're doing these exposures, when you're going live for the first time, you want to be able to focus on vulnerability, your why of why you're doing this, your past. If there's something that you feel like will really empower others, you have to be enthusiastic and you have to be authentic. It's very, very important. For example, I had a girl come to me and she was just like, I've gone live, and nothing's happened. I'm like, well, what are you talking about? And she's like, well, I showed what the laundry was. Well, I showed what the Scentsy Go was. And I'm like, okay, so you were doing sales pitches, just like you're going through, it's 1 o'clock in the morning, you're going through different commercials. You're doing commercials. You don't need to do that. Why don't you show yourself using the laundry? And why is it so much easier using our laundry than something else? What's the solution behind that? Why are you using that Scentsy Go? What is the solution behind that? And she's like, oh, I never thought about that. So she started going live. She did it whenever she was doing her laundry. All these people started commenting. What are you using? Why are you using it? What scents does it come in? Because she started to be able to show people, hey guys, and join me washing my laundry today. I want to educate you guys on some really fun facts. Wouldn't you watch something if someone said something like that instead of just a sales pitch? So there are 2 types of different exposures that you can do in the step process. Live events, which is like Facebook. A physical meeting, whenever you do like a coffee date or sip and sniff, or virtual meetings like a Zoom. So if someone said to me, hey, Shannon, I got this girl who wants to join or this guy that wants to join, could you get on the call with me? Of course, I can always do that. Zoom is something that if you guys ever need to use it, I will give you my name and my password and you can get on here and use it because I feel like people need that connection. They need to see us. They need eye to eye. So those are the kind of live events that are really going to prompt people to be able to move to the second step. Then you're going to go into, if there are any kind of videos that you can send them. There was one girl that was like, I want to know more about the compensation plan. So instead of just sitting there and telling her about the compensation plan, I'm like, look, I'm going to put you on our team page and I'm going to tag you in a video that I did on the compensation plan. Or better yet, I'm going to send you a video from Cincy about the compensation plan. And you're going to see why I'm doing that in a second as well. Product samples. These are going to be the tools that you're using, the product samples, any kind of recorded presentations that you think would just absolutely answer any of the questions that they have. But live events are way more powerful, and they're extremely difficult to get people to attend. So you always have to have a reason or a catchy something for people to be able to watch. And if you look at some of the live events that you followed on Facebook and go look at the statuses, I bet it was something completely different than what they actually talked about, because they were trying to get their attention. If you look at the people who really do live events very well, they're going to say something off the wall. Absolutely. Like, you won't believe the car that my husband just bought. And then they're going to show the picture of like the beach cruiser. I mean, those kind of things. They're going to do something that is very, very catchy. All right. So, like I said, your process of going live always needs to be followed up with some kind of tool, whether they're added to the Facebook page, whether they are given samples, an opportunity packet, whatever it is, you have to follow up on people. You can't just leave it out there and let it float around, because the next person, you've planted a seed. If you go live and talk about Cincy and you never talk to the person who liked or commented, they've got the idea of what Cincy is. So they might be at an event in 2 weeks or 3 weeks, or they may be out and about and have a friend who bought some Cincy. And the chances of them going underneath someone else, signing up under someone else, or buying from someone else is huge if they have liked and commented on your post and you never contacted them. I'm dead serious. It's happened to me many, many, many times. So you have to make sure that sometime during the first 7 days of you having that like or comment or that initial meetup with someone, that you have to follow through with some kind of tool, whether it be an opportunity packet, whether it be a coffee date, whether it be getting them samples, whether it is, adding them to the team page. It has to happen. I like to say within 48 hours, but this guy said 7 days, because he believes that if you go ahead and get something on the paper or on your calendar, then those people know that they're held to you. All right. Any questions so far? Because I know I'm going kind of fast. Let's look and see. Any questions? Okay, not yet. But y'all feel free to ask any that you have. All right. So, the key to closing more business, more people to know about your business, is decreasing the time between exposures, meaning what I just told you. If you go live and people start commenting, immediately you need to get on that. You need to thank them right away. You need to send it straight over. Because if you wait like 3 or 4 or 5, weeks or whatever and say, hey, thanks for commenting, they're not even going to remember what it was that they did. There always needs to be some kind of call to action that will help you whenever you go live. Hey, the call to action whenever you go live and you're making samples would be, if you would like to get a sample, comment below. If you'd like to get a sample, message me. I have 20 envelopes that I'm sending out today. That's a call to action. If you'd like to find out more about the opportunity, I'll buy you some coffee. Come meet me at the coffee shop. Whatever it is, you have to have a call to action. Okay. So during each follow-up from the previous step, which is your first step of going live, you must be very careful not to fall into a trap. And I'm going to tell you this trap. There have been so many times that if I went live and someone messaged me about the Cincy opportunity, or someone tried to message me about the compensation plan or whatever. I mean, I have one girl who messaged me, and she's in another company. And she's like, tell me more about your compensation plan. And I knew which one she was at. So first thing I did was I went and did some research on the one that she is on. I mean, the one that she is involved in. That way I would know. But I didn't want to ever badmouth her company. So the first thing I told her was like, you know what? I hear you about the compensation. I think that's really, really important. And instead of you just hearing it from me, I'm going to send you a video from my company so you will understand it step by step. Or I'm going to add you to our team page and I'm going to let you watch me go over the compensation plan. Why? Because I don't want to vomit all over her everything I know about Cincy at that point, because it's going to make her go away. But if I let her know that there are tools, there are people, there are things that I can send to her, then guess what? You've already planted a seed in her head that the next person that she shares it with, that she will have those tools as well. The valley of death in this business is whenever you think you know it all. is when you come off as a know-it-all. Have you ever met that kind of person who's like, they know the answers to everything? They get on your nerves so bad. Or why they should join Scentsy. Well, let me tell you why you should join Scentsy. You should join Scentsy because you stay at home. You need some time for you. You need this, or that. Or, hey, let me tell you why. You're always constantly complaining about your 8 to 5 job. Have you ever, you don't want a know-it-all ever. So when people say to you, I just wish I had more time, that is whenever you could share stories. Say, hey, I'm going to add you to our team page. There's a girl named Kristen who stays at home, and she has a very successful business. Her little story is on our page. You know what I'm saying? There's going to be all kinds of ways that you're going to be able to send tools over to them. The less that you say, the better you're going to do, and the more you're going to get from the person. But if you sit there and vomit Scentsy, I've done it before. I got so excited one time. We were on a plane, and this girl asked me about Scentsy. And I think I went through everything from every trip I had been on to how it has blessed me, to what my why was, to what our products were, to, I didn't even talk about the compensation, but everything. And that girl's like, okay, see you later, because I threw up all over her because I got so excited. Instead, you need to move them to that next step because they have shown interest of like, well, what would you like to know? What is it that interests you? What can I share with you? And you start to pinpoint those questions instead of just throwing up on them. That's so bad. And when you're demonstrating and selling to your prospect, your business system, as you take them through each process, you're also teaching them that they can do this as well. It is a simple process to where they're thinking, I don't have to know it all. Shannon told me that she was going to put me on a team page to be able to see in other people's lives that are on her page. Shannon told me that she's going to send me these videos from a training center that Scentsy have. Wow, that's awesome. Shannon said that she was going to send me some YouTube videos of consultants, making samples. You don't have to know it all. All the stuff is there. You do not have to reinvent the wheel at all. You just have to know the resources are there for them to be able to share and be able to tell them that they can share them as well. All right. So if someone says, this is not for me, let's talk about the opportunity for a minute. This is not for me. That is whenever you go straight into, they're now not a prospect for joining right yet. They're now a prospect for having the best customer service. And that's whenever I tell people, hey, you know what? I hear you. It's not for everybody, and different seasons happen in people's lives. So can I make you a VIP member in my VIP group and just really pamper you like I do all my other customers? Yes, they're going to love that. And I'll tell you what, I'll get you the scents every time they come out. You'll be one of the first people to smell them and share them. And then I'll have something lined up for you. Every time I do that, every single time that someone says no to me about the opportunity and I turn them into a VIP customer, I always, and I say always because this is 100% proven, because everybody wants to feel valued. Everybody wants to feel appreciated. Everybody wants to feel some kind of special, right? So by telling them, I'm going to put you in my VIP group, I'm going to pamper you, I'm going to make sure you smell those scents first. Do you see what you're doing? You're setting up basket parties. You're going to get the scents first. You're getting a basket party first to share with people. You're going to be one of the first people who do this. And that's going to make them feel really, really special, okay? This company needs to be systemized and system dependent instead of people dependent. And the reason that I feel like that is so important is because when we feel like we have to know everything, there's so many people that will join and they will say, well, I don't feel like I can recruit anybody yet because I just don't know everything yet. You don't have to. Every single thing that we have is already set for us. You can sign up the $99. You got a website. You can go forward now and start sharing this because everything is there. System dependent means that you have a follow-up system, that you have whenever you book parties a system, that you have a training system to whenever you have new people underneath you. Scentsy already has it. They have the checklist. As soon as someone signs up, there's a checklist. It takes them straight down it. You, as their sponsor, all you have to do is go down that list with them. And then if you look on our page, we even have a checklist. Every single thing that we have needs to have a list that you can check off to be able to do it. Your follow-up, whether you do 1 week, 1 month, 3 months, whether you do the 222, I don't care what you do. A system is going to make your life so much easier. And a system is going to be more attractive to people who feel like they don't have all the answers. That's the worst feeling in the world, is one, not to feel like you belong, two, not to feel like, and to feel like you are alone, and three, not to have any kind of system. So you need to let people know you're not alone, right? And there is a system. So it's really important. All right, because you need to make this, because it is, this business simple, and let them know that there are tools to be able to help them. Okay, so let's see, hold on. Lost my notes for a second there. All right, so let's talk about some follow-up language for a second. Are there any questions? Trying to make sure we're good. All right. All right, well, you guys write down your questions when you have them, because I want to make sure you guys understand. All right, so let's say someone's liked something or they've commented on something, right? And you're going to follow up with them. And you've met them maybe for coffee, or you have now shown them the opportunity. We're talking about the opportunity here. There are a couple examples that you could use. First of all, you can ask people, and this is so important because a lot of people would dance around the joining. You know, they'll be like, oh, you know, you can get free stuff. Oh, you can get half off stuff. Oh, you know, you can stay home. Just ask them. All you got to do is get the elephant out of the room and just say, what did you like best with what you saw or heard? What did you like the best about what I shared with you? People are going to be like, oh, wow, you know, I like the trips that you guys earn. Or, wow, I like the fact that you can just work this business 1 hour a day or 15 minutes a day if you do power hours. Wow, I like the fact that you can just take this business with you wherever you go. Okay? And then you can say, do you see an opportunity for yourself in this? That's whenever they'll be like, yes or no, right? Because you need to get straight to the questions of, are they interested and what did they like the best? Because if you sit there and you try and romanticize them and try and go in for the kill, they're not going to feel it. But if you go ahead and ask the questions, then you can move into all the other stuff. Does that make sense to you? And that is something that really, really changed my recruiting in this business, was the fact that I just started asking them, does this look like something that you would like to do? Do you like what you see? What's your favorite thing about what we talked about? And it will tell you what they were attracted to in your business is probably going to fill their why somehow. I like the fact that you can just take your business anywhere. Well, that's probably telling you that they're on the go a lot, right? I like the fact that, you know, you send out basket parties so that I can spend time with my kids. Because it's so funny. I have a girl on the team who stays at home with her kids. And she says, you know, I just don't meet new people. And I'm like, well, how often have you gone live? Because if you're going to stay home and you don't want to leave the house, you've got to be able to get yourself out there. You got to put your status to public and you have to go live. That's the only way. That's whenever we're looking at the actions. Well, what have you done to meet new people? What have you done to get these sales? You're saying that you want more time with your kids, but yet you have applications over here to go work as a waitress here, here, and here. How is that going to give you more time with your kids when all you can do is go live and share this stuff? You're not going to die by hearing no, ever. So I want you to look and say, you know, can I honestly say, I mean, I've even told people I am willing to give you back your $99 for joining. If you can say to me, honestly, that you share this business every day consistently and that you get your samples out there and that you give out your opportunity packets and that you have done everything you can to work this business. And what are the last 5 people new that you talked to? And every single person will say, I haven't shared it in about 3 weeks. I haven't shared it in about 2 months. I don't know if I've talked to a new person. Because I am that strong in belief in this company that when you get out there and you share it with people and you really do these things, you will have results every single time. Okay. So if you get a positive response to what it is that attracted them to your business, right? Or have you ever thought about this for you? And they say yes, then you move them to the next process. And in our business, that would be being a trial consultant, because you always want to set people up for success. There are going to be some people that say, I want to join right now, $99, let's go. And right then is when it's tick tock, tick tock, tick tock to get the 15 days of Shooting Star. What I like to do is I like to set people up for success by giving them the basket of cents first to share. Go ahead and give them orders so that whenever they do put in their orders, then they will have a shooting star. And then we can go ahead and set them up with their launch party right after that so they can get certified. I do every single thing I can in order to help them be successful. All right. So when they start to have questions, you always want to acknowledge the fact, hey, that's a great question. And you let them know what the next step is going to be. All right. So let's see. One thing I like to do is when someone is interested, I kind of take their temperature. Are they more interested in booking parties? Are they more interested in getting things free? Are they more interested in doing this as a hobby? Are they more interested in doing this for income? Do they just want to pay off bills? Whatever it is, you kind of take their temperature. And what you need to know about that is that that's going to lead us to the apple theory that I told you guys about, that I learned. I don't know if you guys remember this, but it is not your job, like I told you, to sell and convince every single person. Instead, you're going to be sorting out and you're going to be educating them. You're looking for people that the timing is right in their life because they're dissatisfied with some sort of aspect in their life or they want to enhance it a little bit better. I mean, think about this for a second. I worked as a chemist. And when I worked as a chemist, I made a salary. That's all I got was a salary. At the very end of the year, I would go through an evaluation to get another 5%. If I did well, they give me the 5%. But a lot of times, employees or employers are looking for reasons not to give you that 5%. You took too many lunch breaks. You answered the phone too much. Whatever it is, I'm just not ready for that 5%. In this business, you are the boss. You can actually figure out how much you want to make and how much you don't want to make. You can set the ceiling, and there is no ceiling in this. The more you share, the better your results are, the more you're going to grow. But when you're in that 8 to 5 job, whether you love it or you don't love it, and I loved being a chemist. I loved it because I could go there, I could get the results I needed, I could do the test I needed, I could put it in a notebook, send it into QA, and go home. I took nothing home with me, and then I could be present with my family. But I missed out on so much stuff. And if you would have come to me then and said to me, let me tell you about an opportunity to where all that time that you're losing, you'll be able to get back. Meaning, I missed my daughter's dance recitals. Whenever the FDA needed something and I'd have to stay over, I'd miss recitals. I would miss volleyball games. I would miss all kinds of things that were very important to me that were not important to my employer. But with this business works with me where I never have to miss those things again. And if I work it hard and consistent and don't give up, I will make even way more than I did as a chemist or a teacher or a nurse or whatever it is. You just have to do it consistently every day. And a lot of people will say, I wish I had more time. This gives you back your time if you use it and you balance your life the right way. Okay, so like I said, people are going to fall into one of 3 categories. This is very important. I think you guys have heard me say this before. I learned it, and it has proven true every single time. But if you have a big barrel of apples, big barrel of apples, and they're all different kinds in the apples, 10% of these apples that you pull out will probably be red apples, meaning ripe apples. They are going to be people that are interested and ready to go. They're going to be people that want to sign up. They're going to be people ready to see that list, ready to get that checklist behind them and ready to be successful. When you become a leader and you have people on your team, it's the same thing. The people underneath you are either going to be red apples, they're going to be green apples, or they're going to be rotten apples. All right. So your red apples are like 10%. They're ready to go. Your green apples are going to be 80% of that barrel. They're the people who are interested, but they have questions and objections. And that is why your exposure process 5 to 10 times is going to help them make a decision. The most important thing here is that they're making that decision. You're not making it for them. They're making that decision from the education that you're giving them about the products, about your lifestyle, about how it's fitting into your schedule. I mean, I've been able to homeschool Caden, and when I put that out on Facebook, I got a lot of homeschooler moms saying, hey, you know what? I really wish I could do something different. I really wish I could contribute. My husband works all the time. I'm here homeschooling. I feel really bad when he comes home that I haven't really contributed. I would like to be able to do this because I'm speaking a language to this person who's homeschooling. When I do the puppies and the kittens, I'm talking to people who might want to do fundraisers because they absolutely love dogs, or fundraisers because they love cats, or you just never know what it is in your life that when you go live and you share how Scentsy fits in your lifestyle, who is going to relate to, who is going to talk to. I had some people come up to me recently and they were just like, hey, that post you put on Facebook just was awesome. And I'm like, what are you talking about? I had no idea I was even friends with them. It's because I was on public and they saw it and they were moved by it and they wanted to know more about Scentsy, and it wasn't even about Scentsy. It would just happen to be how it worked in my life whenever I was going to a baseball game. So it's just so crazy. All right, so green apples are going to be 80% of the people that are interested, but they're going to have questions and objections. And this is up to you to be able to educate them, to be able to fill that gap, and to be able to answer any of the questions that they have about this business, okay? The process that you're going through from going live to getting out samples, to getting out opportunity packets, to using the tools of adding them to the team page. The team page is so important for so many reasons. Do you know how many people will go onto Facebook and the first thing they see is about a shooting, or they see the news, or they see the weather, or they see the hurricane stuff, or they see whatever? Our team page is like not that many out there. It's very motivational. It's very inspirational. It's educational. It's the things that I would have wanted whenever I joined that we didn't have yet. And you guys are the contributors to this. And I want you guys to feel like you can do whatever it is. It is our page. It is not my page. It is our page. So you guys can go on there and do whatever it is that you want to, because people need to see other people lifting each other up. They're going to want to be a part of that. I have some people that decided not to join, and then I was like, okay, well, I'm going to take them off the page now. They're like, please don't take me off, because that is where I get food for my soul. That is where I get energy. That is where I get motivation. And, you know, maybe one day I'm going to join you guys. So the page is a very good resource. In our files, we have amazing things. When you guys see things or make things, put them in the files. When you guys have pictures that you think will help others, put them in the files. When you do something that'll be neat, go live and tell us about it. Whatever it is, I want you guys to be able to share it. It's so important, because those green apples that are on that page, if they're not too sure just yet, that might be the one thing that helps them ripen. And then, of course, you're going to have rotten apples, and that's going to be 10% of the people that are not interested no matter what you say. I mean, you're going to have people like that in your life. You don't want to waste your time or your energy there, okay? All right. So let's talk about closing them. Are there any questions? Are you guys following me, or am I all over the place? I just have so much I'm so excited to share with you about. I don't see anything. So hopefully this is working. Okay. All right. So you got to remember that people are not looking for opportunities. They're looking for solutions. They're not going to wake up and say, you know what? I wish today that I could join a network marketing or a direct sales company. I think tomorrow I'm going to look into it. No. There's no one out there looking for that. They want something that makes sense and it clicks with them. I didn't think, oh, I'm going to join Scentsy. Oh, you know what? Because I'm telling you what, before Scentsy came in my life, I was always thinking, what can I do to make some extra money? I know I'll babysit. And I babysat all these kids and brought them over here because I thought in my head, I got a 2-year-old and a 3-year-old and a 4-year-old and a 11-year-old. Why not add more? And then what I did was, I mean, I love kids, but holy cow, was I stressed out. And then I had to deal with the parents. And what if they didn't want to pay me? And I mean, it was so crazy. And I remember thinking, I wish there was something I could do where I could have the time and the freedom, and I could bring in the money, and I could really help change lives. And Scentsy came into my life. So I wasn't thinking, let me go do direct sales. Instead, the scent absolutely made me fall in love with it. But by having Facebook now, and you guys going live, and you guys sharing your life, you're answering people's prayers that they have gone to bed really hoping and praying that there was something out there that would help them make a decision to help, you know, be able to contribute or whatever. All right. So each exposure, meaning live or one-on-one meeting, I don't know what's wrong with my computer. It just went off. Let's see if this helps. That's too bright. Okay. Well, anyway, each exposure is an opportunity to find out their problems and what's missing in their life every single time. If you go live with the laundry and you talk about how much it works in your life now, I did not know we don't have fragrance free anymore. I'm about to cry. I had fragrance free, and every kid had a different scent of whiffs, and they would do their laundry. Andy would use Sunkist Citrus, somebody would use Luna, somebody else would use Just Breathe. Life was great. We don't have fragrance free anymore, so I can't use that anymore. But that sold so many laundry loves, because I would go live and say, I got 4 kids. No one wants to do their laundry. But when you give them their specific scent that they can do their laundry in, laundry changes. I've got counter clean. No one likes to clean, but when they spray it, they always smell the counters. Whenever I went live and showed it in my lifestyle, people would comment, oh my gosh, I need to know, how much is that? What scents does it come in? Is it, what is it? Antibacterial? What can I use it on? Da, da, da. And instead of being like the vomiting Scentsy rep, I was like, hey, I'm going to send you an FAQ on that product. That way you can make a decision whether you want it or not. Now, what I have done is I've put it in their lap. They know, 1, I know what I'm talking about. 2, I'm giving them the FAQs. They're going to be able to make this decision now, and they're going to feel good about this company because it has an FAQ that they can send out to their friends. Because if they're going to go live saying, I bought this from Shannon, and people are going to say, oh my gosh, I want some of that, they're going to think, I could sell this to them. I now know about the product because Shannon sent me that FAQ. See what I'm saying? All right. So you got to connect with them on an emotional level. You have to show them that what you have is a solution to their problems, whether it be the product that they're buying or whether it be this business opportunity. How can it fill in their life with opportunity, and how can it help their life with the products? And if you do this properly, then you will have a demonstration of caring for them instead of pushing a product. I can't stand people who push products. It drives me crazy. If I put something about weight loss or whatever and I start getting spammed by people with weight loss or makeup or whatever, they're gone. They're out of my friends because I can't stand that. They have shown me no value, and they have shown me that they do not care. But if they can show me an answer to that solution by building a relationship with me and saying, hey, you know what, I got something you can try, but you know, you may like it, you may not like it, but I saw that you went live, or I saw that you had this question, you may love it. Why don't you just try it out? That's going to get me, going to get my attention, and I'm going to say, hey, you know what, I'm going to buy that. Instead of you need this, you need this, you need this. See what I'm saying? All right. Another thing, you do not need confidence in an actual closing, but you do have to have confidence in your compassion for the person and your passion about the products. Okay? I'm trying to see if my phone needs to be charged. Okay. So that's very, very important. So many people join right away and they're like, oh, I'm not confident yet. But you know what? You're confident on why you joined. You're confident on why you love the products. And you're confident on that you want to help change that person's life. That's all the confidence you need. You're going to gain more and more and more confidence on how to close people. And I hate the word close because it sounds like just a sale, but that's really what you're doing. You're closing people. You're being able to fill in their gap, get them going, and set them off for success. So there's no other way to say it except closing people, but you have to have the confidence in order to be able to do it. And the way that you do that is you care about them. You build relationships with them. You have compassion for them, and you're passionate about the company and the products that you represent. And you make sure that whenever you are closing someone, getting them to join, getting them to buy, that you don't forget their goals. You never do that. So if someone joined because they wanted more time with their kids, I'm saying, you know what? I'm so excited that you have decided to join us. I cannot wait to see how much more time you're going to have with your kids. Or I can't wait to see whenever you start on the deck in the back of the house that you're going to save money up for. Or I can't wait to see you go to Disney because that is your why of why you want to join. I'm going to do everything I can in my power to help you be able to accomplish those goals. Doesn't that sound a lot better? Because you are reminding them of their goals. I can't wait to see the locker smell so much better because of the Scentsy Fresh. I can't wait to see you talk about how much your house is going to smell so good that when your husband walks in, he's going to just be, you know, knocked to his feet about how good it smells. He's not even going to worry about whether it's clean or not. I'm telling you, you can't make them forget about the goals of why it is that they even contacted you or why they had interest in the first place. Is their problem not enough time? We talked about this for a second, but remind them that what you're offering them is a way to get their time back. And I told you that just with like my example of being a chemist. It doesn't matter what it is that they need. They might need financial stability. They might need a sense of purpose. They might need a place to belong. They may need some happiness or joy in their life, or they might need time. They might need money. Whatever it is, Scentsy can fill that. It's up to you as the consultant to be able to help show them that. If you show them simplicity in this business and systems that they can use, and they have a support team, then most likely they're going to be on board. They have nothing to lose. Scentsy will buy back the kits. And I feel confident when people join, and if they're not happy about it, I'll even give their money back to them. They ain't got to worry about Scentsy, because I could always use some testers and things, but I don't want that to be a reason why they would join, because they're already seeing failure. I don't want to feel like, hey, if you don't make this, then I'll just buy your kit back, because they're thinking, well, it's almost 3 months and I didn't do it, so I guess I'm going to get my money back from Shannon or whatever. No, instead, I don't ever want to say that. It's just something that I know so confidently that I would do, because I know for a fact that most people would never take me up on that, because they are admitted to themselves that they failed. And that is not a fun place to be. And it may not have been their season. And when people terminate in this company, you never ever want to turn your back on them, and you never want to treat them less. I turn them into a VIP customer, and then sometimes they join right away, and it's their second time that they're successful, or third time or fourth time, whatever it is. All right. So asking questions whenever you're trying to meet with someone, they're deciding they want to join, deciding they want to book, whatever it is. I thought I saw a question. Hold on. Let me look real quick. I never thought I was sharing that. Yes. Okay. Perfect. I'm glad it's making sense to you. All right. So whenever I have a conversation with someone and they're thinking about joining or whatever it is, I'll say something like, it's really important to me that I make sure that you are a fit for us as well as this is a fit for you, and that we are doing everything we can to help set you up for success. But when you say that, you don't ever want someone to feel like you need them, that you need their sales, that you need their bookings, that you need them as a team member. You don't want someone to feel like you're so desperate that you need them. You want this to fit in their life. It's about them now. So when you tell them, I want to make sure you're a fit for us and that we are the fit for you, that's going to make them sit back and go, wow, that's really cool, because you're not telling me that I need to do this and I need to do this because this and this is missing in my life. Instead, you're saying, hey, this might be for you, it might not be for you, but I want to make sure that this fits for you. And people really, really like that. I need you to understand that if you do decide to join, that I'm going to be there for you the whole way. They need to hear that. Why? Because a lot of people are so scared to be in this business alone. A lot of people that joined direct sales a long time ago, they didn't have the kind of support systems we do today. They don't have the Facebook groups. They don't have the people that lift them up and recognize them and do the things that we do today that they didn't do back then. And they have a bad taste in their mouth about it. So when you tell someone, I'm going to be there for you the whole way, I usually let people know the first 70 days, you're going to hear from me a lot, because I want to help you be successful to get Sensational Start 1, 2, 3, whatever it is. But the thing is, once you get them to a certain level, you want them to be independent, not dependent on you. Like I said, we don't want this a people dependent. We want it system dependent. So what you're going to do in this first 70 days when you're training people and you're teaching them and they're on the page and they're learning all the things from Scentsy's training is how to be independent, how to use the systems that we're going to give them, how to implement it into their lifestyle to where they're not dependent on you. That's very, very important. All right. The next thing is I care enough about you that I want you to join me so that I can help you create a better life for yourself and your family. Now, that's very important because there's so many people that I've talked to that are like, I just wish I had something for me. I feel like I could be a better mom, a better wife, if I could find myself. I feel like I could do this and this and this better if I just had a little bit of time for me. That is when the sip and sniffs and the parties and the events and the things that they sound like work, but they're not work because they actually feed your soul. When you are at tip day with us and we're all gathering around and eating and sharing and having a good time, it's not work when you're enjoying it and it's feeding your soul. Or whenever you have webinars, I appreciate every single one of you guys for being on here tonight, because I know I'm taking away from your family. I know I'm taking away from your time, but you are investing in you right now. And that is very, very important, which reminds me, Kristen, can you please write down everybody's name that's on this call? So you want to be able to show people that you want to help them create a better life for themselves and their family. That's very important. Okay, next is, having said that, everything that you have talked about with them, whenever you are trying to find out if this is going to work for them, if this is going to fit for them, you say, do you see an opportunity in this for yourself? I have a lot of people say, yes, but. And that but is usually the gap that you have to fill. Yes, but I don't know enough people. Yes, but I don't know how to be a salesman. You're not being a salesman in this. I told you. You're not here to sell and convince people. You are here to educate them and share something you love with them. And if you're passionate about it and you have that confidence in your passion, then you should be able to hit every single goal that Scentsy has for you, because it should just spill off of you. That's what happened to me. I didn't ever want to have teams and lead and have parties and do this. I just love the scent. I wanted my house to smell good, but I couldn't stop talking about it. And I realized my passion was so much greater than my confidence in myself. But that passion is what helped me become confident in this company. All right. So like I said, at this point, you're either going to get yeses from people like, yep, let's sign up, or you're going to get a pushback. Like I said a minute ago, like, I don't know enough people. I don't have anywhere to have a party. I don't know how to sell. I don't have the money, whatever it is. And that's where you get to excuse bust. That's where you get to ask additional questions whenever they give you those objections. And I'm actually going to put some objections on here this week that are going to be able to help you, because I want you to leave this webinar, go live on your page, tell people about that flash sale. I want you to go live on the page and tell, not our page, but your page, and tell them about the opportunity and how this fits in your life, and wait for those people. So you should be able to say, I cannot wait to excuse bust. I cannot wait for people to say no to me, because you should leave this webinar knowing that it's about sharing and it's about your passion. I'm going to end up having to get my cord. Hold on. Hey, Peyton. Hold on a second. I'm going to get it in a second because I don't want it to die. Anyway, so like I said, I want you to leave this call feeling more confident about what I'm telling you, that you do not have to know everything. And the objections that you're going to get in this business are either going to be about direct sales because they have a bad taste in their mouth, or it's going to be about you and your ability to be able to lead them and why their sponsor wasn't there for them last time. And that's where you have your team and you have your Scentsy Training Center, or about themselves. They don't believe in themselves. They don't think they can do this. They don't think they have the time to do this. These are the things that you need to be able to excuse bust and be able to help fill in their gaps. Okay. So like I said, you're going to, in like, what do you say, conclusion with some of these things, you're going to sell people or close people or be able to fill in that gap with people on their goals. Don't ever let them forget why they're meeting with you, why they were interested in Scentsy in the first place. You're going to also let them know there are systems and there's accountability in this. And if they don't see themselves being able to be successful, there's a reason. There's usually a reason down to the core. And people will stay in Scentsy once there is some kind of emotional connection. A lot of times money, it's not all about the money, because some people can go and work 10 hours at Halloween Express or whatever it is, or Manpower, temporary services, and be able to get the money. It's usually an emotional connection. They have found a sisterhood or a brotherhood. They have felt confidence. They have seen lives change through what it is that they are sharing. It usually has something to do that's down deep in here that makes you want to succeed, that makes you want to prove the people wrong that always thought that you would never be anything. Or maybe you need to prove it to yourself because you didn't believe in yourself. Or maybe you saw that by being able to share Scentsy with someone that they were able to pay off their debt, or they were able to stay home with their kids, or they were able to buy their kids the brand new shoes that they've been wanting for 3 months. You start to see some kind of emotional connection that makes you stay, and that makes your passion grow, and it gives you more testimonies to be able to share with other people while you're out. Okay? You have to learn to remove your emotions when it comes to handling objections. That's very, very, very important. You just cannot get attached with your emotions in this business. If you do that, you're going to find yourself in a dark place, in a deep place of like, oh, if I would have done this for them, or if I could have done that for them, or what else could I have said to them? It's not up to you. This company says Cincy Independent Consultant for a reason. They are joining, and that business is theirs. Whether they want to make it or they want to break it, it's up to them. What you have to do is you are responsible to their success, not for their success. So you need to know that going in this, that you are giving them the tools, you are giving them the guidelines, you are telling them that you are there for them and you believe in them, and since he believes in them, they have to believe in themselves. And when they decide not to do that, then maybe it's not the season for them. They have now a rotten apple that you just need to be able to just chuck away, but be able to take care of them as a customer and a VIP until their season comes back. Okay? So you have to, this is the best thing that I have said, that I truly believe it to be true. I've got to go get my cord. 1 second, okay? Hold on. Okay. Let me just hook this up, because I do not want my phone to die. All right. See, guys, you don't have to be perfect to do this. You can still hear me, but I turned everything off. So hold on. Make sure this isn't going to die. Okay. Let's see. All right, we're good. I'm going to turn my recording back on. Okay, sorry about that, but I did not want my phone to die. Okay, so something that's really, really important is I tell people whenever I meet them and they're thinking about the opportunity that I want them to do what their heart and their mind tells them to do. And I tell them because your heart and your mind already knows the answer. So if they're thinking they just cannot do this, they just cannot do this, but they really want to do it, their heart's telling them, take that leap. Go for it. What do you have to lose? But I tell people, do what your heart and your mind is telling you to do. Because I don't ever want someone to feel like they have to join because of me, or that they felt pressured to join, or that it was the wrong time. I want them to know they made a very good, sound decision on why they are here and why they have joined. Okay? That's very, very important. And you've already given them all the tools and everything that they need to know. So now they just need to be able to trust their heart and their mind in this business decision. So you got to let them know also that you believe in them and that you are behind them. And you make sure that you create a positive experience with people, even when they say no. And that's the hardest part sometimes, is that someone's like, sorry, fixing my phone back. Someone's like, you know what? That person said no to me and they thought that I was absolutely crazy. So I'm not going to deal with them anymore. Well, you know what? They probably don't have enough education, and that's probably why they thought that since it was a pyramid scheme, or they thought that this and this. It's up to you to educate them. It's up to you to pamper them and love them and be able to take care of them. So you always want to create a positive experience whenever someone says no. You want to turn them into that VIP customer that you can love on, and you can pamper them, you can show them, you can ask them if they have 5 people that they can bless with the blessing bags. If you go onto our page, you can see ways that you can work your business for 15 minutes a day, all income producing activities. I want you to go in there and I want you to look at that. And then the other thing you want to do is you want to thank them. You want to continue to follow up with them and let them know you're going to follow up with them. So if someone says, nope, you know what, I'm just not really interested. I'm like, you know what, I understand that and I respect that. But is it okay with you if I continue to follow up with you, get you the new samples, let you know if there's any more join opportunities? Yeah, I'd love that. Or join specials? Yeah, sure, it sounds great. Because you now got permission from them to be able to show them value. And then you want to be able to find a way to get the time. So I tell people that it makes sense. But what I'm trying to say is that, let's say that someone says, I just wish I had more time. And you go through the whole song and dance about Cincy and about, you know, why you think it would fill their gap. And they're still not 100% sure. They're like, I just don't know. I don't know. Maybe later. That's when I say to them, Thank you so much for listening to me. I want to continue to follow up with you. I want to continue to take care of you as an excellent customer. But I'm going to tell you what, I hope one day that you find a way to get that time back that you are missing out on. And then when you do, let me know how you did it, because you deserve that. That's why we're meeting here, is because you told me that you just wish you had extra time. And I wish that for you, and I hope that for you, because you really deserve that extra time. That's going to make people be like, wow, you have left that conversation and that prospect probably speechless, because most people are always expecting, and when they say no, for someone to be like, all right, well, I'll talk to you later. No, you just let them know, I want to follow up with you. I'm going to take care of you. And I want to hear about how you're going to get your time back. Because if you're not going to do this, I want to know what you're doing in order to get the time that you need. It's going to make people think. It's going to make them think, you know what? Time's going to pass, whether or not I do this or not. Why not do this? And when you really make people think about it and you put it back in their court, they're going to be like, I have nothing to lose. Because a lot of people do wish they had more time. And even though Scentsy takes time by, making the samples and actually getting out there, you can fit it in your lifestyle. You can be at the park with the kids and working your Scentsy business. You can be at home with your kids making your dinner and taking a picture of your blue ice warmer, or going live showing it as you're making dinner and just telling them about it. You can work Scentsy in your life however it is. So if you look at your business right now and you don't have at least $200 in October, it's ridiculous. Honestly, if you don't have $500, it's ridiculous, because with the flash sales, you're not talking to enough people. And I tell people, if you don't have any PRV right now and you don't have a lot of people at the top of your funnel, it's your conversations. You aren't having enough conversations. And if you're not having enough conversations, then of course your actions are going to be less, and then your results are going to be nothing. So look at your business. Where's your frustration? Because every single time that you find, well, I'm not recruiting, I'm not selling, I'm not booking, what's the action that you need to do in order to get those things? And are you doing it? And if you are doing it, keep doing it and make it consistent, because you're not going to lose the 20 pounds until you go to the gym at least probably 5 months, 6 months. Consistent cardio, consistent eating right, consistent showing up and doing the right weightlifting. That can be like a diet pill that you just take for a little bit and then all of a sudden you gain your weight back. That's like the Scentsy thing. You can work it really, really, really hard, do really, really well, never do your follow-up, and then all your customers start buying from other people. That's on you. That's not on them. They didn't decide to, hey, let's just go look and find somebody else. You quit following up on them. You quit letting them know about the specials. You quit sending them samples. You quit finding out how life was. They didn't feel valued anymore. So they're going to find somebody who makes them feel valued. And as hard as that sounds, it's the truth. I mean, I have a girl that I buy Mary Kay from. I love her. She has been in a crazy spin going on in her life right now. I had no idea. All she had to do was just say, hey, Shannon, I'm going to continue to do this and this, but this is what's going on in my life. And we had built a relationship to where I felt like, I'd always buy from her. And then when she went into this crazy spinoff, I thought that she had just neglected me. And I went and got some stuff from another girl from Mary Kay. And that girl started loving on me. And then I ran into my other Mary Kay girl, and she's like, oh, I was going to bring you over this, and this, but you already have it. I'm like, yeah, I got it from this girl, because I didn't think that you were sending me this anymore, because she was consistent with me all the time. And I would call her and she wouldn't call back, or I would do this and she wouldn't do this. But her life, there was life that happened. Life. So all she had to do was say, man, life's going crazy right now, but you're important to me, and I'm going to make sure I get you that stuff as soon as I can. I'm going to be like, hey, no problem. Take your time. Let me say a prayer for you. That's how people are. We're all about instant gratification. We're all about feeling valued and appreciated, even in our relationships and our lives. We always want to feel that way. We want to feel respected and loved and appreciated and valued. So do your customers. When they go into Walmart, they're going to get Walmart customer service. They're going to have to go look for somebody in the aisles, because a lot of times you can't find them. They're going to have to stand in a really, 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 really long line, because all of the counters are probably, not filled with people to be able to check them out. They're going to have all this frustration, and they're going to get a product to get home. And then that is what they expect from Walmart every time. when you have someone buy from you, you want to do better than the Walmart customer service. You want to be like at Chick-fil-A. You want to be like, how are you today? You know, thank you so much for it. What do they say? I can't think of what they say now. I forget what they say. They say it every single time I order from them. Oh my gosh. Like, I forgot. But either way, yeah, my pleasure. Thank you. You want to always let them know that you care and that you value them. So when you start this exposure process, because a lot of you guys, I guarantee you, most of you guys that are watching are like, oh, I hadn't gone live before. Or if I have gone live before, I probably did not follow up and like things, or I didn't build those relationships. That is because you were scared and you were fearful. But that is where your results and your gold lie, on the other side. On the other side. And if you go live 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times, people don't like and comment, you keep going live. Because they're going to be like, you know what? And normally if you do it at a consistent time, like if you say, I'm going to go live at 7 o'clock tonight, you know, and show the laundry. And tomorrow night, I'm going to go live at 7 o'clock and I'm going to show the counter clean. And the next night, I'm going to go live and I'm going to show the diffuser or whatever. Just educating people. People are like, hey, you know what? Courtney's on live tonight at 7. Let's see what that counter clean's all about. It will pique people's interest and they will start to see you. They will start to like, they will start to comment, and then you can use all the things that I just showed you. So that is how you get new teammates. That is how you get new customers. By showing them value, by showing them appreciation, by asking the questions and getting them out there. Have you ever considered doing what I do? Have you ever considered joining the journey? Have you ever considered traveling with me to Texas next year? Whatever it is. And then being able to set them up for success, letting them know their system's there, letting them know that they are not alone, letting them know they have the support that they need, and letting them know that you believe in them. And you will have people that join. And if you don't have people that join, then you will have people that will want to buy from you. They will want to refer you, and they will want to host with you because you have shown them some kind of value or some kind of way of making them feel special that they don't get in the everyday life. They may have just gotten cut off by some car where they almost got in a wreck. They may have had some really bad service at a restaurant where their food was bad or whatever. Just that one little thing of you showing them value and appreciation can go a long way. I mean, I'll get on the Facebook sometime in my messenger and look through different people that have ordered from me and just thank them. You know, there's one girl named Stephanie. She's the first person that ever bought from me. And I send her a message every single year. I mean, I follow up with her, but on the year mark of the date that she bought from me in April of 2009, I will send her a message on this day, 9 years ago. If you would not have hosted the party for me, I would not be where I am today. I would not have met the people that I did today. I would not be where I am in this business. And I want to thank you. And I have something for you special. And I usually give her a warmer or something. This year, I'll probably end up giving her a diffuser because I'll get one half off or something. But I can trace it back to that one person who believed in me, that one person who wanted to book a party with me. And all she wanted was some free wax. That's all she wanted. She had no idea that what she was doing was getting ready to light off a huge domino effect in my life. By those 3 people booking for me from her party, 2 of them joined. One of them kept booking for me, gave her the referrals. I got more people that booked for me from that one party. From the church, I go back to my pastor and say, hey, you know what? Thank you for believing in me. When I gave you that pastoral appreciation gift, thank you for sending Megan over to me to be able to smell the scents. You know, she was my first director. And she did amazing. If I wouldn't have gotten the courage to give an appreciation gift to someone, then I would not be there. It's the actions that you take, the little bitty actions that you take that get the really big results. Annette, for example, let me tell you about Annette. There was a salon here called Panache. There's a couple of girls on our team now from there. But I heard that the manager there, and if you know her, no offense, but I heard that the manager there was like really, really hard and very hard to talk to. But for some reason, I was like, I really want to get a warmer in there. I want people to see what Scentsy is. I want them to experience the smell when they walk in. I was like, you know what? If she says no, no big deal. It was her and another salon that was in Greenville that really got me going. I walk in there and I'm like, hey, look, I want to put this warmer in here. You don't have to buy it. I'll even put the scents in here, but I want to be able to get my name out there. And I would, and in return, you can get this free and these wax free. I will keep it smelling good in here. Sounds great, right? So she let me do it. Well, Christina, who's Annette's daughter, came out to me and said, hey, my mom loves candles. My mom loves scents. Is there any way that I can hook you guys up and then she can get a book from you? Like, sure, no problem. I call Annette. Annette has a party, falls in love with it, joins me, and now she's a director, a star director, amazing group of people. But it's all that action that I took of being able to be brave enough to walk in there and talk to this person that everyone had told me she's going to say no to you. But I took that risk. It's those little bitty things. Can you trace back in your business right now, those little bitty things that have really paid off? It can be walking into that business and giving them a warmer. It could be giving someone a try it before you buy it bag. It can be giving someone an opportunity packet. It could be anything that just takes a little bit of faith, and it takes a little bit of bravery. I mean, that's all it is. And you got to know that there could be a no as a result, and be ready for it. And be ready to know that that no is only going to make you stronger to go to the next ones. After that one, I was like, ooh, she said yes, and she's a hard one. Let me go to another one. And I went to another salon. And this salon was like, nope, I don't think so. My customers, they don't like scents. I don't want people around them. They might not like the smells, whatever. But another girl in the background was like, hey, I know you can't have it in the sun, but can I get the scents to smell? I'd love to smell them. Sure. Gave her a basket party. She had like an $800 party. She ended up joining, and guess what? She ended up putting a warmer in that salon after all. The lady told me no, but someone overheard me. So it's being brave to be able to take those steps. You know what faith is? Faith is really this. When you go to a job and you know you're going to get paid at the end of the month, that's faith that you're going to be able to get paid at the end of the month. Because that job, that company could quit, slam, shut down, just like Rucker Johns did, and you don't get a paycheck. You're showing up every single day hoping and getting that paycheck, right? You're having faith that that's going to happen. In this business, it's the same thing. You're having faith that whenever you go and you talk to that one person and that conversation that you have, and those hard things are going to really pay off for you. Because I can tell you, being on the other side of doing those hard things feels amazing. Like, oh my gosh, I remember how bad I was so nervous when I was going to go in that salon. I was sweating. I was so scared. I was so scared that her saying no to me was going to break my spirit. But it didn't. It didn't. And I have been told no so many times. But it only fires me up to be able to go do it again. So if you can get off this call tonight and be like, you know what? I'm ready for those objections. I cannot wait to excuse bust. I cannot wait to be able to change lives. That's how you have to look at it. And they say no, you turn them to a VIP customer. You get referrals from them. Maybe they'll get a book and a party. Maybe they'll be a trial consultant. Maybe they'll join. But every single person you talk to is either, like I said, going to be a red apple, a green apple, or a rotten apple, or they're going to be a host, someone that's going to buy from you, someone that's going to refer you, or someone that's going to join. Every single person. Because I'm going to give you one more story and then I'll get off. Met a lady on an airplane, sitting beside her. Not the lady I vomited Scentsy on. Another lady. She asked me about where I was coming from. I was coming from a Scentsy event that was in Idaho. Started telling her about it. She's like, oh, you know what? I just can't stand scents. A long time ago, I don't know what happened to me, but all of a sudden I started smelling scents. They started giving me headaches and migraines. I just can't do scents. I'm like, oh, okay. Well, we have laundry and we have counter clean and we have all these other things that you don't have to really melt a scent in your house or diffuse a scent. She's like, oh, okay. Well, I left her a book, left her my card. Year later, this girl calls me out of the blue. Hey, my name is Gretchen. I was just giving you a call because this lady named Wendy, who said she met you on a plane a year ago, gave me your information because we were at an event and I was talking about there's this thing called Scentsy that I was looking into getting. And this lady says, oh my gosh, I know someone. I think I still have her card. I met her on the plane a year ago. I never bought anything from her because I don't like scents especially, but she really seemed to really be passionate about what she was talking about. Here's her information. That girl had a huge party for me. She's considering joining still. She's one of those that it's going to be a drip effect where I'm going to have to take care of her and show her value. And she's going to have to watch enough things to know that this thing is going to work in her life. But that's going to be her decision to make, not mine. That's going to be something that may or may not be for her. She can enjoy all the free stuff and the half off stuff until she decides she wants to get paid on it herself. but the bravery that it took for me to start talking to a stranger about something that I absolutely love became very easy for me because I've made it part of my lifestyle. And if you can take any kind of conversation with people that you have and be able to turn it into a lifestyle of Scentsy conversation, not a throw up in your face, push it on you kind of conversation, you will have left, the outside world and come back home knowing that you made 5 good contacts that day. Always be prepared. Have your business cards, have your opportunity packets, have bulbs with you at all times, especially this time of year. If you have a bulb, then probably they haven't smelled the scents. Probably they don't have a new book, and they will probably do a basket party for you or a home party. That's how it works every time. Need a bulb? Oh, you haven't smelled the new scents? Nope. Let me get them for you. Always be prepared. I have given you enough stuff tonight, I feel like, to be able to help your confidence, to be able to make you really realize that you have something in the Scentsy business that can change your life as well as the people around you life and the people that you're going to meet tomorrow. And if you look at it like there are people tonight going to sleep, wishing and praying that there was an opportunity out there for them, that you might have that, and maybe you won't be so scared to go live and to be able to add new team members to our page and to be able to share more opportunity packets with people. And don't worry about the no's. Because when you love it like I know you do, and you're passionate like I know you are, you won't be scared to do this anymore. Does that help you at all? I feel like when I did this course, it made a lot of sense to me to be able to say, wow, I'm really changing lives here. And if I don't share this, it's almost me being selfish, because it's almost like me having gold and just keeping it to myself and not sharing it, because this really changes lives. So are there any questions of anything? I'm sorry if I went over. I think I did, but that's okay. Any questions? Because I hope that helped you. I want you guys to put your takeaways on our page. People really need to listen to these webinars. I appreciate your time. I know I went way over, but I really feel like what I had to offer you tonight really will help your business a lot. Okay. Oh, thank you so much. I'm so glad that you joined. You just don't know. That means a lot to me. You're welcome, Kelly. And some of you guys haven't even met yet. I look forward to meeting you. Make it your goal. Maybe you don't want to go to Switzerland or New Zealand or Austin, but if you work for the small things, that's whenever the big things come. It just takes a little bit every single day. Okay? All right. I'm going to let you guys go. Are there any questions? You guys can post them on the page. Great. I'm so glad, Jessica, and I'm so glad you joined us tonight. Thank you. But if you have any questions or anything, put them on the page. And please, please, please put your takeaways on here. And Kristen, if you can, before we go, if you can just send me a list of people that are on here, because being on my phone, I wasn't able to get everyone. I think I've got I had 17 people. But anyway, I hope you guys have a good night, and let me know if I can help you in any way. Bye.